Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is April 20th, 2025, and Tottenham Hotspur are tracking and eyeing Eric Garcia. Also, Xavi Simons continues to dream of a move to FC Barcelona. And finally, it's reported that Rodrigo Betancur has offered himself to the club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and this is the third news video of today. I've already uploaded two other videos because there's so much to cover today. So if you haven't seen those two videos, make sure you do. And let's start with this third news videos with a funny anecdote because, as you know, Wojciech Shzdi, it was his birthday. I think it was Friday. Friday was his 35th birthday, and while he celebrated with, of course, his friend Robert Lewandowski, and while Lewandowski's wife posted a selfie with Wojciech Szczesny, and check out the selfie. Now, Wojciech Szczesny is wearing a hat, and on the hat it says fumador, which in Spanish means smoker. So Wojciech Szczesny kind of like telling all those people who were making a big fuss about, oh, Szczesny has been seen smoking, kind of like a big fu. And this just tells you what the kind of person that Wojciech Szczesny is. He just doesn't give a shit, pretty much. So I thought it was a pretty funny anecdote, so I decided to start the video on that light note. But from that, we move on to more good news. Well, I guess the first good news, because I don't know if the hat counts as good news. But let's move on to good news because, ladies and gentlemen, Ibrahim Diarra is on absolute fire. Now, I did a video that showed Ibrahim Diarra's first goal with the Juvenil A. As you know, Ibrahim Diarra was signed in December. He's one of the hottest prospects to come out of the African continent. He was expected to play with Barca Athletic, but he ended up playing with the Juvenil A. He scored his first goal, which I did share that video with you guys. Then he scored a second goal in the match after that, and now he has scored his third goal. 3 goals in 3 matches, which of course is confirming Barcelona's suspicions that this guy is special, that this guy is talented, and this guy has a pretty high ceiling. So definitely good news, and I will definitely keep track of the performance of Ibrahim Diarra and his growth through Barcelona, where hopefully one day we will see him on the first team, because after all, that's why Barcelona signed him, so he can be one day a first team player. And that's why they put him in the Juvenil A, which some people were like, oh no, what are they doing? Look, if there's one thing Barcelona knows how to do, is how to grow young talent. So if Barcelona thought that the best place for Ibrahim Diarra to start is the Juvenil A or the under-19 team, then that's because that's going to be the best place. I'm sure he eventually will be Barca Athletic and eventually will be on the first team as well. Now, on to the next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, Tottenham Hotspur are very interested in Eric Garcia. Now, as you know, Eric Garcia future was kind of in doubt starting the summer after he came back on loan from Girona. Hansi Flick decided to keep him because he wanted to see, whether he would earn a spot on the first team. He came very close to leaving in the winter transfer market on loan, but Hansi Flick blocked that move. And then eventually Flick asked the club to extend the contract of Eric Garcia, which expires in 2026. And now Eric Garcia has a new suitor. Now, Girona are still interested in Eric Garcia. He still has an outstanding offer from them. However, now it's Tottenham Hotspur who have become interested in Eric Garcia, and it's reported that Tottenham Hotspur are willing to offer 15 million euros for Eric Garcia, as opposed to the 6 to 7 million euros that Girona wanted to offer. Now, of course, Barcelona want to extend the contract of Eric Garcia. They want to keep him per the request of Hansi Flick. So it's all going to be in the hands of the player. He will have to decide to either extend his contract, which is what most likely is going to happen because he wants to stay in Barcelona, or whether he decides to go to the Premier League. And my question to you is, would you sell Eric Garcia for 15 million euros? Or would you listen to Flick and keep him? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now on to the next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, Xavi Simons continues to dream of a return to FC Barcelona. Now the 22-year-old attacking Dutch midfielder, someone who came up through La Masia. He ended up leaving to join PSG, was very close to coming back to Barcelona, but eventually RB Leipzig decided to sign him on a permanent transfer from PSG, paying 50 million euros fixed plus 31 or 32 million euros in add-ons. And while it seems that Xavi Simons is now not happy in looking to leave RB Leipzig, he has maintained contact with FC Barcelona, informing the club that his desire and his dream still is to come back to Barcelona. After all, he's always been a culé at heart. In fact, he's named Xavi after, well, Xavi Hernandez. So it's always, ever since he left, he's always been wanting to come back. I think it was a big mistake for him to leave. It was more of like, it was a combination of factors. It was the fact that, at the time, Bartomeu was the president, and he wasn't really trusting the Masia. He was mostly making signings. So he didn't really see a clear path to the first team. His coaches told him, hey, be patient. But unfortunately, like many of these youngsters, they are not patient. They make the mistake of leaving, and they immediately regret it. And then Xavi Simons is one of those stories where he left and immediately regretted it. He's been trying to come back ever since, and it looks like now he's trying to come back once again. But of course, what's the problem? The problem is that RB Leipzig are asking 75 million euros for the 22-year-old attacking midfielder, something that Barcelona cannot afford, especially for the midfield where it's a pretty stacked position. So most likely, Xavi Simons will end up in the Premier League, while both Manchester United and Chelsea are heavily interested in him. And of course, my question to you is, would you pay 75 million euros for Xavi Simons? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, we will end today's video with the news in regards to another midfielder, because reports are stating that Rodrigo Betancur has offered himself to FC Barcelona. Now, the 27-year-old defensive midfielder, or Uruguayan defensive midfielder who currently plays for Tottenham, his contract expires in the summer of 2026. He has begun negotiations to extend his contract with Tottenham. Doesn't look like the negotiations are going too well, so it's reported that Betancur has already started looking for other possible destinations, and he has reportedly offered himself to Barcelona. Now, honestly, I don't know much about Rodrigo Betancur. The few times I've seen him play, it's been with Uruguay. I've never seen him play with Tottenham Hotspur. So my question to you guys is, if you guys have seen him play with Tottenham Hotspur, is this someone that Barcelona should consider? Yes, no, let me know down below in the comment section. Now, of course, we are pretty stacked in the midfield positions, especially in defensive midfield. We got Bernal coming back next season. We have Marc Casado. We have Frankie who plays there, Pedri who plays there. So I don't think we need this, but, in the hypothetical sense, let me know if this is someone that Barcelona should consider. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload 2 other videos before this one. If you haven't seen them yet, make sure to check them out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace, Barça.